What's the story behind China's economic slump in 2024? An intriguing question, isn't it? You see, China, once the world's economic powerhouse, is witnessing a significant slowdown. Growth rates are trailing behind forecasts and worries are mounting. It's a complex mosaic of real estate downturns, escalating debts, deflation, and youthful joblessness. Let's unravel this economic puzzle together. The real estate sector, once a robust pillar of China's economy, is now a significant contributor to its woes. The industry is facing a harsh downturn, triggered by a crisis involving Evergrande, a colossal developer that defaulted on its enormous debts. This event sent shockwaves through the market, leaving unfinished housing projects as eerie symbols of the crisis. Property values have plummeted, and public confidence has been severely shaken. This created a vicious cycle. People are hesitant to invest in an unstable market, which weakens demand and causes prices to tumble even further. But let's dig a bit deeper. Adding fuel to the fire is China's alarming debt-to-GDP ratio. Years of breakneck economic growth fueled by easy credit have resulted in a legacy of unsustainable borrowing. And here's the kicker: the problem extends beyond corporations. Local governments have also racked up substantial hidden debts. This mountain of debt is not just a looming threat, it's actively crippling investments and stifling economic activity, making the government's attempts to stimulate growth feel like an uphill battle. So what does this all mean? Well, it's not just about houses and debts. This real estate and debt crisis is shaking the very foundations of China's economy, and the ripple effects are felt far and wide. From the average citizen looking to buy a home, to the local government struggling to balance their books, to the global economy that depends on China's economic health, the impacts are vast and varied. But remember, this is not an insurmountable problem. China has faced economic challenges before and has the resources and resolve to navigate this storm. However, the path it chooses to take will undoubtedly shape not only its economic future but also that of the global economy. With such a mountain of debt, stimulating growth becomes an uphill battle. Deflation, a term often misunderstood, is another significant factor in China's economic slowdown. Picture it this way: deflation is like a chilly wind blowing through the market, making prices of goods and services fall instead of rise. At first glance, this might seem like a good thing. After all, who doesn't love a bargain? But here's the twist. While deflation can make your money stretch further in the short term, it also creates a climate of uncertainty. Consumers expecting prices to fall further might delay their purchases. This hesitation can hit businesses hard, leading to a decrease in profits and potentially forcing them to cut costs, sometimes through layoffs. Now imagine this on a larger scale. Falling prices can cause businesses to hold back on investments and expansion plans. After all, why pour money into production when the return is shrinking? This reluctance can result in a sluggish economy with fewer job opportunities, which in turn weakens consumer spending even more. It's a vicious cycle, like a whirlpool that pulls everything down with it. This is why deflation is often seen as a double-edged sword. On one side, it increases your purchasing power, making goods and services more affordable. On the flip side, it can discourage businesses from investing and expanding, leading to a stagnant economy and even job losses. The impact of deflation on businesses can be particularly severe. Reduced profit margins and a shrinking pool of consumers can lead to business closures, further hindering economic growth. So, when the chilly wind of deflation blows through an economy, it doesn't just lower prices, it can also freeze growth, making it harder for that economy to bounce back. Deflation, therefore, can be a double-edged sword, potentially slicing through economic growth. A ticking time bomb in China's economy is the growing crisis of youth unemployment. As the economic gears slow, a new challenge emerges: the widening gap between the skills of fresh graduates and the needs of employers. This mismatch, like a square peg in a round hole, leaves many young adults stranded on the shores of joblessness, their degrees in hand but with no place to apply them. This isn't just a matter of wasted potential, it's a domino effect. Without gainful employment, these young adults can't contribute to consumer spending, a vital lifeblood of any economy. Their ability to drive growth, spark innovation, and support the aging population is stunted, adding strain to an already burdened system. And it's not just about economics, it's about stability. Unemployment and underemployment among young people can lead to social unrest, a specter that haunts the corridors of power in Beijing. The voices of the jobless graduates echo in the streets and on social media, a chorus of discontent that could crescendo into a larger social movement if left unchecked. Moreover, this youth unemployment crisis can have a snowball effect. As more young people struggle to find jobs, their confidence in the economy erodes. This can deter them from making long-term financial commitments like buying a house or starting a family, decisions that have a profound impact on the economy's health and growth. So, what we're seeing is a ripple effect. Youth unemployment isn't just an isolated issue, it's a thread woven into the broader tapestry of China's economy, tied to consumer spending, social stability, and long-term economic health. The youth unemployment crisis is a ticking time bomb that could further destabilize China's economy. It's a crisis that demands attention, innovative solutions, and swift action. The clock is ticking and the future of China's economy hangs in the balance. China's economic health matters not just for its citizens, but for the global economy. As the world's second-largest economy and a major manufacturing hub, China's economic pulse sends ripples across global supply chains and trade flows. A slowdown in China has the potential to reverberate through these channels, creating disruptions and uncertainties that can be felt worldwide. Consider, for instance, the intricate web of global supply chains. From the electronics in your smartphone to the clothes on your back, many of these products or their components trace their origins back to Chinese factories. A slowdown in China's manufacturing sector could lead to delays and shortages, disrupting production schedules and delivery timelines across multiple industries and markets. Beyond the world of physical goods, financial markets are also intertwined. China's economic woes could pose risks to the U.S. stock market, particularly for companies with significant exposure to the Chinese market. From tech giants to luxury goods manufacturers, many companies count on China's vast consumer market for a substantial portion of their revenue. A slowdown in China's economy could translate into lower sales and profit margins for these companies, potentially dragging down their stock prices. But it's not all doom and gloom. While risks exist, so do opportunities. For instance, companies that can navigate the changing landscape and tap into emerging trends could stand to benefit. Moreover, investors who keep a keen eye on these developments could identify potential investment opportunities amidst the uncertainty. However, awareness is key. In an era of global interconnectedness, it's crucial for businesses and investors alike to stay informed about economic developments in China and understand their potential implications. By doing so, they can better navigate the potential risks and opportunities that may arise from China's economic slowdown. In a globalized world, China's economic woes could create waves that reach far beyond its borders. The ripple effects of China's economic slowdown are a reminder of our interconnectedness and the importance of staying informed and prepared in a rapidly changing global economy. So, where does China go from here? This is the question that economists, investors, and indeed the world is asking. The future trajectory of China's economy remains shrouded in uncertainty. The government's ability to manage the debt crisis, revive the housing market, and stimulate consumer spending will be crucial. However, the challenges are daunting. China's government has to navigate through the treacherous waters of a real estate crisis, a debt mountain, and deflation. These are no small feats. The weight of these issues, combined with a youth unemployment crisis, creates a potent mix that could potentially stifle economic growth for years to come. But let's not forget, challenges often bring opportunities. This economic slump presents a chance for China to rethink and restructure its economy. It's an opportunity to foster innovation, shift towards a more sustainable growth model, and address long-standing issues such as the mismatch between the skills of graduates and the demands of employers. The government's response to these issues will be instrumental. Will they double down on the old ways, or will they seize this moment to innovate and reform? Only time will tell. In the meantime, the world watches and waits, knowing that the ripples of China's economic woes can and will be felt globally. The fate of China's economy is not just a Chinese concern, but a global one. While the road ahead may be tough, it's also an opportunity for China to reinvent its economic model. As we look to the future, we can only hope that the choices made will lead to a stronger, more resilient economy that benefits not just China, but the world. So, what have we learned today? We've delved into the depths of China's economic slowdown in 2024, exploring the real estate and debt crisis, the double-edged sword of deflation, and the growing issue of youth unemployment. These factors are not isolated but intertwine and reverberate on a global scale. China's economic story in 2024 is a complex and evolving one, with implications that reach far beyond its borders.